Everyone, welcome back to another Smart Money Sundays. Now, I am aware it is Monday, the 5th of February. It is early morning, but I thought I'd get this out for you early just to see how Asia session has performed as we go into London. So, as always, let's just jump straight into it with DXY. Now, last week, if you recall, I was basically looking for a rejection from this level, and I said price is very likely going to roll over. It did, however, it did not come and fill in the gap at 102. It rather just swiped this low before it gave a full reversal. Okay, now I did say the possibility of if price does not fill in this gap, then we're going to come for 104. Now, ideally, what I'm looking for now, because we do have major liquidity here on the left, right at the 104 level, this is our main liquidity target. Price can likely rip up higher. Okay, now what I'm basically anticipating is as this low got swiped, I want to see a retest of this high at least, okay? Because I want to be longing into a discounted region. So I ideally want to be looking for price to come back down below within this region, okay? As we come into London session, because those who don't know, in the first half of London session, you have a false move. So I'm waiting for that false move to occur. Look to get into longs on DXY to ride price into 104.27. Okay, that's going to be my first target. Second target is going to be around 105. Okay, the extended target. But this is sort of the idea and game plan I have for DXY. All right, mainly because we have, again, liquidity that needs to get targeted, and we will have all this imbalance left over. So 105 is a good psychological level to target, but my first target will be 104, which is this high. But first, I'm waiting for that that retracement to come, and then later on in the week we can start looking, if price is bearish, we can start looking for potential reversals back down. Okay, but for now I am bullish. That is the most high probable scenario coming into Monday, and if it sets up, I will take it today, because I don't usually like to take setups on Monday, but this is looks very high probable. Now let's move over to EU. Now EU, so basically we do, again, same with the 104.2 level, right? Confluent with this zone here. I'm anticipating this low to come and get swiped before we see any reversals. Okay, we had that bearish scenario on Friday play out, where price took out previous week's high before we saw that bearish impulsiveness. Now price is very likely, again with the DXY, to pull back. Now where I'll be looking for shorts is above the 50% level, right, which is at 1.083 basically. Okay, so what I'll ideally be looking for is, if I go on with a 1 hour, right, you'll see this is about Asia highs. So we're at least likely to see some sort of pullback. Likely we're going to take out Asia lows, then come up higher, start trading higher. Okay, and this should all occur within London. Then I'll be looking to take shorts into premium. If not, if we do have a slow day today, then I'll likely take this on Tuesday, where I'll be looking to basically look for lower time frame confirmations to short this, right? Stops will be above this level. Okay, again, depending on how this sets up. If it sets up very nicely, then I can refine my SO as well. Again, everyone trades differently, but that's the way I like to trade. But anyway, this is what I'm in essence looking for. It sets up, then we'll ride price down into my target of 1.07. Okay, and then my extended target will obviously be 1.06. Okay, but we're very likely to come and take out this level here. So I want to wait until price comes in, retraces, because look, the way price likes to work, okay, impulse, retracement before second impulse. Okay, price moves in waves, it doesn't move in single lines. Okay, you guys should already know this. But yeah, so that's sort of the idea I have on EU, and that's the most high probable scenario I see playing out this week. So I will be trading this with a good amount of risk if it sets up. Now let's move over to BTC. Now currently I am in a short from last night, okay, with the pro trader students. Now explain this setup in length, but price is currently around entry point. So if you are watching this now, and price is around this level, it is still good to enter. But initially, what I'm anticipating, again, confluent with the bullishness I see on the dollar, right? I'm anticipating price to hold this level, okay, and then roll over. Okay, my main target for this setup is 41k. Okay, I think we're going to likely see price come into this level before we see any sort of reversals on the intraday perspective. Okay, so ideally, this is where I'd look to, if you haven't, look to enter in short. Again, invalidation is above Friday's high, which is 43.7k. Okay, so that's sort of the idea what I'm looking at, right? We have clear distributive price action occurring, right? We have a retracement, and we'd also have Asia low with all this liquidity that has been built up. Okay, so I'm anticipating a retracement, right, which is we're seeing now into London, and then once DXY starts flipping bullish again, we should see that rollover. Okay, and my invalidation is very, very clear and simple. As long as we don't break above this high, shorts are still very much valid. Okay, so that's sort of the idea that I'm currently in for BTC. Now let's move over to Ethereum. Ethereum has been doing nothing much, right? It's just been range bounding, mainly because last week we had very little volume. Okay, so what I'm basically anticipating for Ethereum is either we see a retest of 2340, okay, before we see any major bearish price action to come out and swipe this lows, or we're gonna come back above this high to take out 23.4 before we see any bearish scenario occur. Either way, both setups are very much valid for shorts, but in order for this setup to be valid, right, we need to see price start trading below this level aggressively, to then is where I'd start looking to short this fucker down, okay, to target these relative equal lows here. Okay, so very, very simple for Ethereum, right? Nothing complicated, but because I'm already in BTC, I don't need to really get involved in this for now. Okay, now let's move over to gold. Gold, let me go on the other chart. Right, now if you recall from last week's video, if you haven't, please go watch it. I was anticipating a range to occur here, right, above the mid range. Now what ended up happening was it came above, swiped this. Let me get rid of this quickly. Right, we swiped again previous week's high, swiped it just above, and then start trading down below. Now usually, if you don't know this, what you should know is once price takes to a higher or low of a previous range, it's going to target the next low or the high of the range. So price is likely going to target this low of $2,000, which is also a psychological level. And then hopefully we get mitigated into our long entries, because I'm still long from 1997. Have limit orders set here to then long this fucker into 2100 potentially. Okay, so this setup is still very, very much valid. Okay, and I do have limit orders set on this because it looks to be setting up quite nicely. So hopefully this week we see that bearishness into that bullishness. Okay, likely in the second half of the week. So make sure you have this on your watch list as well. Now let's move over to DOT. Now if you recall from let me go into this chart again. If you recall from last week's video, was looking for long setups around here, right, which it did give a pullback from, okay, to target my main supply or POI of at 7.28, which it did hit before we saw a bearish pullback. Now what I'm initially looking for, same scenario with BTC. I want to see basically this supply level hold for us to start to roll over again. Okay, now the second scenario I see playing out on DOT is it swipes again with Ethereum. It swipes the high, okay, and then comes straight down below. If this sets up, then I will very aggressively short this to come and target previous month low, right, which is around $6, which is also a psychological level. And if I go on the high time frame to explain this from a swing perspective, essentially what we're seeing, let me go on the 12 hour to illustrate this a little better. Basically what we're seeing is we've had a bearish impulse. Now we're basically seeing a pullback, right, or a correction, right? The slower the better correction occur before we have that second impulse. And this is where I'm basically looking to position myself correctly before that second impulse occurs for the sells, before we can see price ride down probably. Okay, so that's the scenario I see playing out on DOT. So hope you guys enjoy this Smart Money Sunday. I try to keep it compact and get out for you as straight as possible, so you guys are prepared for today and for the remainder of the week. And if you guys, again, seek value from this, please do like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys shortly. Bye-bye.